Buying a car should be exciting, but for many it turns into confusion, frustration and unexpected costs. And the most surprising part, most of these dealership tactics aren't illegal. They're clever, calculated and yes, completely within the rules. In this video, we're exposing the little-known ways car dealerships gain the upper hand without breaking the law. From sneaky financing tricks to hidden fees you didn't even know existed, we're breaking it all down. If you've ever felt unsure during a car deal, this one's for you. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you never miss out on eye-opening automotive insights like this. First up, hidden dealership fees that sneak into the final price. You agree on the price of the car, but by the time you're signing the paperwork, the number has mysteriously crept up. Why? Because of fees. Lots of them. Dealers often bundle in documentation fees, advertising charges, delivery prep, and even items like nitrogen-filled tyres or window etching. Yes, really. Some of these fees are legitimate, others are simply profit padding. Since they're technically disclosed on the final contract, they're legal, but often not discussed until the very end of the deal. That's by design. Most buyers are exhausted by this point and simply sign without questioning the breakdown. The smart move is to ask for an out-the-door price up front that includes everything. Yes, everything. And then compare it against the final contract before you sign. Next up, the bait and switch strategy. Dealers often advertise cars at prices that seem too good to be true, and that's because they usually are. Once you arrive, you're told that vehicle was just sold or that the deal has changed. What happens next is the switch. You're shown a more expensive model or different trim level, suddenly being nudged into a price range, well, you never intended. While bait and switch advertising can be illegal if it's outright deceptive, most dealers walk the fine line by placing disclaimers in the fine print or by technically offering a single vehicle at the advertised price. You can protect yourself by calling ahead and confirming details, then insisting on sticking to the originally advertised price or simply walking away. Moving on now to financing markups that inflate your monthly payments. Here's a trick most people never see coming. When you finance a car through a dealership, they can legally mark up the interest rate. Say a bank approves you for a, say, 5% rate, dealers can present you with a 7% loan and pocket the difference. It's called dealer reserve, and it's a huge profit source. The scary part is it's completely legal, and you may never know unless you've already gotten a pre-approval elsewhere. Even if the dealer says they're offering the best rate available, it's wise to compare it to rates from your bank or credit union. You'll often find room to negotiate or at least catch unnecessary markups before signing on the dotted line. Let's move on now to add-ons and extras you never asked for. Paint protection, tyre warranties, extended service contracts, GPS trackers. These are just a few of the extra services dealers often include in your paperwork without a clear conversation. Many are automatically bundled into the sale and can add thousands to your final cost. The salesperson may make it sound like these are non-negotiable or already installed, but that's rarely the case. These add-ons are massive profit centers, and many are either unnecessary or available much cheaper elsewhere. Always request a detailed itemization of all add-ons, and don't hesitate to remove every one you didn't explicitly approve. And now, let's talk about the time pressure tactic. You'll hear phrases like, "This deal is only good today," or "We've got another buyer coming to look." It's all meant to rush your decision before you can properly evaluate the deal. The more rushed you feel, the more likely you are to overlook details. And that's exactly what the dealership is counting on. High-pressure sales environments are engineered to trigger emotional decisions, not logical ones. So, to stay in control, remind yourself that no deal is ever truly one time only. Take your time, go home and sleep on it if you have to. If the deal's legitimate, it'll still be there tomorrow. And if it's not, well, chances are it wasn't that great to begin with. And now, the yo-yo financing trap. This trick often hits first-time buyers or those with poor credit. Here's how it works. You're allowed to drive off in your new car, believing your loan is finalized. Then a few days later, the dealership calls back, claiming the financing didn't go through. They tell you to come back and sign new paperwork, often with worse terms. By now, you're emotionally attached to the car, so of course you agree. This is called a yo-yo sale, and while some states are cracking down on it, it's still very common and technically legal if the paperwork wasn't fully finalized. The best protection? Never take the car home until every document is signed and approved by both parties. Next, it's how contracts hide costs in plain sight. You may have negotiated a great price, but did you read every word of that contract? Dealerships often use the fine print to slip in hidden costs, warranty plans, or limitations on how you can cancel services. These aren't always presented in conversation, and they may be buried under vague headings like service plan or dealer-installed options. Since these items are disclosed on paper, they're not illegal, but they rely on you being too tired or too trusting to question them. Always take your time reviewing the contract. Ask for explanations of any item you don't recognize, and never sign anything you don't fully understand. Now we come to playing the monthly payment game. A dealer might ask, what monthly payment are you hoping for? It seems like a helpful question, but it's actually a setup. Yes, really. Once you name a number, they can stretch the loan term to meet it, often charging you more over time. For example, instead of a $500 a month for 48 months, they'll offer $500 a month for 72 months, adding thousands in interest. Focusing only on monthly payments is one of the most common buyer mistakes. Always negotiate the total price of the car first, then discuss financing options. Don't let the payment plan become a disguise for overpaying. And now we need to talk about the illusion of trade-in value. Dealers often offer you what seems like a great deal on your trade-in, until you realise they've padded the price of the new car to compensate. It's all part of the same shell game. Since they control both ends of the deal, they can make it look like you're winning when you're actually overpaying overall. To avoid this trap, treat your trade-in and purchase as separate transactions. Know your vehicle's trade-in value in advance using trusted sources, and don't let the numbers blur together when negotiating the deal. Trust me. And finally, let's talk about extended warranties and fear-based selling. Warranties can be valuable, but many are overpriced, unnecessary, or full of exclusions. Dealerships often present these right at the end of the sale, using fear to push you into buying. Well, what if your transmission fails? Repairs could cost thousands. These plans are rarely described in full detail, and some are from third-party providers with questionable reputations. If you want extended coverage, do your research on independent warranty providers and compare policies before saying yes. Never buy one under pressure, and never because it was framed as your only protection. Car dealerships operate within the law, but that doesn't mean every tactic is fair or transparent. From hidden fees and inflated financing to emotional pressure and fine print traps, the system is built to maximize profits, often at the buyer's expense. But knowledge is power. Yes, it really is. By understanding these tricks and staying sharp throughout the process, you can take control of your purchase and avoid costly mistakes. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to subscribe, tap the bell icon, and share this video with anyone planning to buy a car soon. Let us know in the comments if you've encountered any of these tactics and how you handled them. Thanks for watching.